Boom. Headshot. Sniping's a good job, mate. It's challenging work, out of doors. I guarantee you'll not go hungry, because at the end of the day, long as there's 2 people left on the planet, someone is going to want someone dead.
Yes. The Vectis. The single-shot sniper of Warframe. Okay, yes, its prime variant starts with 2 shots, but let's be real, most people lower it to 1 so that they can use both first shot on reload and last round in the mag mods. The weirdness of this gun comes in the form of that rate of fire mods really don't matter to this gun because of its single shot nature. Actually, if anything, your reload speed actually dictates the rate of fire that you can go with. Luckily, this thing has a pretty decent starting reload speed, so you don't need to heavily invest into it. The other weirdness to this weapon is that when you think of a sniper rifle, you think of a crit machine, something that is able to, deal loads of single target damage, but what's weird is that actually the Vectis has the lowest critical damage out of any sniper rifle. It's actually a status weapon, which kind of allows it to be a much more versatile sniper rifle in a weird way, but it also has some limitations on what you can do with it. I've been messing around with it and found that certain mods, certain statuses, I should say, do really well with the gun, and some don't. The first one that I think that does really well with it is cold. If you don't kill the enemy in a single shot, you have effectively either frozen them or made them so slow that a follow-up shot is going to be really easy. Next is electricity and gas. Both of these kind of function the same in the form of turning your single target damage weapon into an AoE-like effect. Electricity, even if you don't kill the guy, it will allow you to deal damage to all enemies nearby that one. And gas, if you kill that enemy, will release basically a stink cloud, turning choke points into a death trap. Next is viral and corrosive. These two basically are just adding more damage. The one issue that I have with these is that they make the second shot way easier, but generally you've already probably killed the enemy. So they have a little bit less usefulness, unlike the others, but I guess with corrosive, it could help with like certain bosses that have armor, and you're in like those multi-stage health bar bosses that you have to hit like individual parts so that can strip the armor from those parts. So I guess that could help. And viral, kind of the same idea, but with like flesh-based ones. Fire also kind of gets thrown into this category, but I think it's actually technically better because it's both tick damage and it strips armor, so in a weird way, it's actually above those two because it does more damage and it strips armor, but I think at a lower rate. To be honest, status effects are still something I'm learning, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Unfortunately, Blast is probably the weakest for this weapon, purely because of its nature of needing 10 stacks to actually get the full value of it. Technically, the explosion also happens if you kill the enemy, but because of its one-shot nature, you're only getting 1 stack of explosives on it, meaning you're not getting a whole lot of value out of it. Unlike something like the Twin Krakatas, because in that video, I'm actually always using Blast with the arcane that gives you a chance for a random status effect. Okay, enough with this nerd shit. And to summarize this weapon, it's A weapon that turns Warframe into a point-and-click adventure, and that poor minimum wage corpus grunt into pink fucking mist. If you want to get it today, it will either be 40,000 credits for the blueprint, or I got one in the back for like 250 plat. Oh, yeah, there's an incarn, and this is where I would have the footage. If I had one! Sorry, I'm really annoyed at the fact that I still cannot get that incarn to this day. If you want to play the sniper from Team Fortress 2, but in Warframe, the Vectis is probably the best weapon for that case. And even if you just want to have a decent rifle, the Vectis is pretty easy to get, and it's pretty strong right off the rip. So, with very minimal modding and a very straight path in terms of how to build it, it's a solid weapon, and I really don't have many complaints about it. So, if you want to see me using the Vectis and or other weapons in Warframe, you can stop by my Twitch channel, or whenever another Weapon Sales of Warframe's coming out, which will hopefully be soon. Don't know yet. There will also be some other videos coming out in the near future. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great night.